A Japanese mountain shows machine straight stone cuts, yet history says it was carved by hand just 400 years ago. Nearby stand keyhole-shaped tombs bigger than the Great Pyramid, tombs that no one's allowed to open. Who built them, and why are the answers still forbidden? Mount Nokogiri, located in Chiba Prefecture, Japan, is the location of an enormous megalithic site believed to be an ancient quarry. The Japanese have aptly named this site Saw Mountain due to the cut marks reminiscent of a saw, and they used it as a stone quarry beginning in the early Edo period from 1603 to 1868. However, the actual age of the Mount Nokogiri quarry remains a mystery. There are many features of the site suggesting a much older and possibly prehistoric origin, hinting at the works of a lost advanced civilization. The theory that Mount Nokogiri could have been an ancient quarry long before the Edo period is fueled by the perfect cuts on the stone, which are remarkably precise. These cuts are exceptionally straight and clean, suggesting the use of advanced tools or techniques that seem out of place for the known historical period of the quarry's operation. During the Edo period in Japan, the technology and tools available for quarrying and stone cutting were quite basic, using chisels and hammers, as well as wedges and spikes. When comparing these traditional tools and methods to the precise and almost machine-like cuts observed in some ancient stones at sites like Mount Nokogiri, there is a notable discrepancy in capability. We must also consider the incredible height of these walls, which reach up to approximately 30 meters, about 100 feet in some places. The precision in the ancient cuts suggests the use of technology that could consistently produce straight and perfectly aligned cuts no matter the height, which is difficult to achieve with the aforementioned traditional tools. Curiously, the precise stone cuts at Mount Nokogiri bear a striking resemblance to those found at other ancient sites across the globe, where similar meticulous craftsmanship points to sophisticated stoneworking skills. For instance, Pumapunku in Bolivia is an ancient site famed for its incredibly precise stonework. The cuts and drill holes in these stones are so fine and exact that they have led some to speculate about the possibility of advanced prehistoric stone-cutting technologies, possibly even predating the Inca civilization. If Pumapunku was constructed by a highly advanced civilization preceding the Inca, who then merely inherited the site, might it also be possible that the Mount Nokogiri quarry was originally developed by an even older civilization, which was later inherited by the Japanese? The features discovered at the site are extraordinary. For instance, there are sections where precise roads and arches have been meticulously carved straight into the rock face of the mountain. Such achievements are truly monumental. The strangest anomaly of the site is the various vertical incisions, which are perfectly parallel to one another. If you watched our recent documentary in which we explored the prehistoric megalithic sites found in China, these vertical incisions probably look familiar to you. We showed you these same incisions on various unexplained sites in China, such as the Yangshan Quarry, where gigantic stone blocks were carved from the rock, together with the vast cave networks of the Longyu Caves, the Hashan Grotto, and more. All of these extensive sites were centers of monumental construction efforts and stone extraction processes, with millions of tons of rock being removed. For simple Bronze Age cultures equipped with primitive tools, such tasks would have been unfathomable. The precise vertical cuts found at all of these sites closely resemble those produced in modern mines using advanced drilling machinery. Take a look at this comparison of the lines found at Mount Nokogiri and compare them with the marks left by our modern machines. The similarity is uncanny. Of course, this does not mean that the ancient Japanese were unskilled stoneworkers. During the Edo period, the Japanese, who likely inherited this ancient site, added remarkable pieces of art like this giant Buddha. This impressive sculpture, which dates back to 1783, was carved directly into the stone face of the mountain. It stands approximately 31 meters high, making it one of the largest Buddhist statues in Japan. Adjacent to it, there are over 1,500 smaller stone statues of Buddhist disciples known as Rakan. These statues, scattered around the slopes of the mountain, are intricately carved, each with unique facial expressions and poses. They depict the followers of Buddha, each captured in different postures of meditation and contemplation. But again, these artistic decorations were likely added thousands of years later and have nothing to do with the original builders of the site. Given all that we've considered thus far, it's worth questioning whether this prehistoric site was actually used as a quarry at all. The primary objective of a stone quarry is typically to extract the maximum amount of stone using the least amount of labor and energy within the shortest possible time frame. However, the practices observed here appear to contradict these principles. If the workers lacked machinery and had to make parallel incisions by hand, it suggests that they extracted as little stone as possible while expending a significant amount of labor. Moreover, why would they create perfectly polished and precisely angled 90-degree cavities in the rock if their sole intention was merely to extract stone? Such meticulous craftsmanship suggests other motivations or purposes behind their laborious efforts. But the question is, what? The mountain's machine-like cuts aren't the only mystery in this region. You should know that the entirety of Japan is filled with thousands of tombs, most of which are unexcavated. These tombs, or Kofun as they are known, vary significantly in size, shape, and construction method. The most common shapes are keyhole-shaped, circular, and square. The keyhole-shaped Kofun, which is unique to Japan, is particularly fascinating. It combines a square front and a circular rear. These keyhole-shaped tombs were constructed with remarkable precision and attention to detail. They are vast, island-like structures encircled by a moat, with some featuring several smaller moats. In Sakai City in particular, there is the Mozu Kofun group, which consists of more than 100 burial mounds spread across a large area. The largest and most famous of these is the Daisen Kofun, which measures around 1,600 feet in length, about 490 meters. This makes the surface area of this tomb larger than that of the Great Pyramid of Giza and makes the Daisen Kofun the largest tomb by area in the world. The creation of this tomb was estimated to have taken 2,000 workers who worked continuously for 16 years to finish it, after removing 1.6 million cubic meters of soil. According to local legend, to construct a Kofun, people would work during the day while the gods worked at night. Despite their massive size, little is known about the Kofun. Because they are associated with Japan's mythological first emperors, archaeologists are not permitted to excavate or even enter most of these sites. For this reason, these ancient tombs remain shrouded in secrecy, guarded closely by the Japanese government and the imperial household agency. The limited knowledge available only heightens the sense of fascination surrounding these keyhole tombs, leaving us yearning to uncover what's hidden inside them. As for the gigantic Daisen Kofun, it is believed to be the burial site of Emperor Nintoku, one of Japan's legendary emperors. However, this theory is mainly based on an ancient text which reads that, "Among 5 kings sleeps the Emperor Nintoku." This text, however, was written hundreds of years after the actual construction of the Kofun, so who, or what, is truly inside remains a mystery. The global significance of the Kofun tombs was highlighted when the Mozu Kofun group was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2019. This recognition underscores the importance of these tombs not only to Japanese history, but also to the broader understanding of ancient civilizations. The restricted access and limited archaeological excavation of the Kofun tombs in Japan have given rise to various conspiracy theories and speculations. Some believe that the Kofun hold advanced ancient technologies or knowledge that modern authorities want to keep secret. Interestingly, there are many keyhole-shaped ancient structures and depictions all across the world. It's clear that this symbol had a profound meaning across these cultures. There are the keyhole tombs found in Sardinia, although they are a bit different. These tombs are characterized by their elongated burial chambers with a distinct keyhole-shaped layout, similar in shape but different in function and construction to the keyhole-shaped Kofun tombs in Japan. This type of tomb is attributed to the Nuragic civilization, one of the Mediterranean's most ancient cultures that existed around 4,000 years ago. Another keyhole structure can be found in Egypt at the Kam Ombo Temple, which is famous for the mummified crocodiles found there. This architectural feature was called the Nilometer and was used to measure the Nile River's water level during its annual flood cycle. It consisted of a single vertical column marked with graduations and submerged in the river. The markings allowed observers to read the water level as it rose or fell against the column. Another keyhole-shaped ancient marvel is the Saudi Arabian geoglyphs. The keyhole geoglyphs in Saudi Arabia are part of a fascinating and enigmatic group of archaeological features known as the works of the old men, which spread across the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula. They are typically constructed from stone and are thought to be around 2,000 to 9,000 years old, dating back to the Neolithic period. Their function and purpose are still unknown. There are many more keyhole-shaped structures and depictions that in different ways resemble the Japanese Kofun tombs. However, there's another site which, unlike the keyhole structures we've shown you so far, doesn't just resemble them but looks like an exact copy of the Japanese Kofun. But there's a twist. This site is not located on Earth. In 2016, researchers studying high-resolution photos of the surface of Mars spotted an eerily similar keyhole-shaped mound. The structure displays extraordinary symmetry, and what's shocking is that there aren't any large geographical features anywhere near this structure. The enigmatic structure, visible on numerous satellite images of the red planet, displays staggering similarities to the ancient Japanese Kofun tombs. Many UFO researchers agree and claim that the structure identified on Mars probably went through millions of years of erosion, but its clearly visible shape is a definitive telltale sign of the possibility of an ancient civilization that inhabited Mars thousands, if not millions, of years ago. Japan's ancient quarries and keyhole tombs leave us with more questions than answers. Were these truly the works of ordinary stonecutters, or echoes of something far older, perhaps even lost to history? And what secrets still lie sealed beneath the grass-covered Kofun mounds that no one is allowed to enter? If you enjoyed exploring these mysteries with the unknown files, there's much more waiting for you. From Japan's floating stone of Ishi no Hoden to the sunken monument of Yonaguni and beyond. Tell me in the comments, do you think these were quarries, tombs, or something we haven't even imagined yet?